Yes, the title of this video is correctly named, Why Less Training Does Equal More Muscle. It's no secret, guys, that doing more with some things is not gonna get you more results. The real truth is, guys, that you're not training hard enough. From my experience, from what I've learned, guys, is that when you're doing less exercises, but with more intensity, you actually get more results. Let me explain. When I first started in the gym, like most people, and you who are watching, you think you're supposed to do all these exercises, you follow this program, which has a bunch of exercises for every muscle group and everything that you want to do. But here's the truth, guys. The program that you look at in the internet, or for whatever influencers that you're looking at, that's probably just tailored mostly just for them. And this doesn't include the kind of body they have, what they're taking, what they're using. So anything you see program-wise, or anything you see in the internet, take it with a grain of salt and adjust it to your needs. In my opinion, I found that hitting at least maybe 3 exercises for like chest or a certain muscle, that's good enough. By the time I do anywhere from 2 to 3 exercises, I'm already burnt out and I just want the workout to be over. Not because I don't like working out. I enjoy working out, guys. It is the best thing to do. God has called us to take care of ourselves so we can keep worshiping Him. I truly believe that with fitness, and there's no way you can keep serving God if you have a body that's not being taken care of. But anyways, truly, I tell you, if you still have energy after doing 3 exercises for that muscle group, I don't feel like you're working hard enough. You need to keep the intensity at an all-time high because the body is very good at adapting. I'm telling you, you will get strong fast. So you need to find a way to be able to push yourself. That doesn't mean do a bunch of sets. That doesn't mean do a bunch of volume either. You need to find the sweet spot. So I always recommend people to do anywhere from the lower end, depending on the type of exercise you do, 6 reps. But for now, let's just stick to around 8 reps upwards to around 12 reps. That's usually the sweet spot. Sometimes for arms, for like biceps or triceps, I can go anywhere from 15 reps, maybe 20 reps. If, for example, I'm at a gym where the weights are not heavy enough, but I still want a good pump, then I'll resort to going for 20 reps. Even then, a superset could take care of that and provide the intensity you need. But still though, 3 exercises is pretty much all you need with about 3 to 4 sets. The way I like to follow with my workout, the first 2 workouts, I like to keep it around 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And then for the lax exercise for that same muscle group, I keep it around 3 sets. By that time, I'm already burnt out. I've already included a drop set for the lax exercise of the last set. So my body's done, my body has no more energy, or the carbs are depleted, and there's nothing much else that I can do. By the way, guys, if you've been enjoying this video so far, hit that subscribe button and like this video so that way you're not missing out on any weekly tips. I keep coming out with fitness content. I'm slowly gonna start changing and bringing out some other type of videos. So if you guys want me to talk about other stuff besides just fitness, but stuff that can, you know, be similar to it, just leave a comment down below and I'll see how I can put my own spin into it. Now let's get back to the video. Usually if you look around your gym, you could be able to tell who's training hard enough and who's not just by how they're going about it in their exercises. If the last few reps, guys, you're not like struggling, then it's a good indication that you're not going hard enough. Sometimes you will see people scrolling on their phones, you know, taking too long of a rest time, which you should only be resting for about 2 to 3 minutes. I wouldn't say go any less than that unless you're like in a rush, but 2 to 3 minutes I found it's a sweet spot for resting. And then that way you're able to have more energy to hit that same weight with the same kind of intensity. Because remember, intensity is what matters. We want quality, not the quantity. So here's another problem, guys, with like doing so many exercises. You run into the problem of overtraining, and what tends to happen is that your muscles are gonna break down and you're actually gonna get weaker. The reason is because like you're just doing too much for your body. You have to really know yourself. If you're a beginner That might be you watching here behind the screen. You never worked out in your life. You have to start slow and steady, and you have to work up to the weight you want to get to. You don't just go right away into it, because you can also get injured as well. But eventually you will get to the point that you can handle such high intensity and such a higher load. But for the people that are a little bit more advanced and they're in that intermediate level and they want to take it to the next level, I'm telling you, you're gonna have to restructure your program or whatever split you have into a way where you're limiting the amount of exercises that you're doing, and instead you're finding a way to increase the intensity. So maybe the next time that you're going to go work out and you're gonna go hit a squat or something like that, maybe add like 10 more pounds. Maybe go for like an extra 5 reps. Yes, I know you're gonna be very close to failure, but that's what you have a spotter for. Or that's where you just do it in a way that's safe. Or even then, let's say squats are too intimidating for you. There are machines, there are goblet squats, there are Bulgarian split squats. There's different form of exercise that you can take to failure without the risk of injury or hurting yourself. And even then, the thing that's gonna happen when you take it to true failure, for example, if you're doing Bulgarian split squats and you're using dumbbells, you're just not gonna be able to come right back up, and you're gonna drop the dumbbells to the floor. That's completely okay and that's completely safe. But I promise you, if you do this, you will make more gains in that month than you would have if you would have continued the way you were going and doing so many exercises for the past 6 months. I promise you that will happen, because I've seen it for myself. It literally took that 1 year of me restructuring and going way harder on my exercises and just cutting down all the junk volume, all the junk exercises that I didn't need. If you're training legs hard enough, I promise you, you will not have energy. By the time I finish hitting my second quad movement, my third quad movement, I am so drained, guys. I am walking around like somebody beat up my legs. I go back to my car and I just sit there for a while and I'm just like, man, I don't feel like driving, because I'm already done. I'm like out of energy. Sometimes it gets to the point that like I just don't even want to have a conversation with anybody because I'm just so beat up. But that's what tends to happen when you know you're training hard enough. Obviously, you want to make sure your recovery is on point too, so that way you can be able to hit it with the same type of intensity. Sometimes you're not going to have your best days, and so the intensity, you can still keep at an all-time high, but you just might have to decrease the weight, and that's completely fine. You have your good days and your bad days. Eventually, this is how it's gonna go. It's like a roller coaster. It fluctuates, but eventually we still wanna get to a point where we are having growth. And guys, sometimes increasing the intensity and doing less exercises can be as simple as like switching some of the exercises that are much harder. If you see that you're hitting a plateau for such a while and there's absolutely no way you're doing any better or increasing in this certain exercise, switch it to another exercise that hits the same muscle group but in a different variation. Maybe, you know, instead of doing dumbbell flat bench, switch it to doing flies. Maybe do bench press. You gotta find a way to keep progressing, because like I keep saying, the body's really good at adapting. And if there's not some type of discomfort, there is no growth. So guys, lower the amount of exercise you're doing and increase the intensity, and I promise you, you will make more gains this year. So guys, now that you know that like less exercises do in fact actually equal more muscle, and you're so ready to like finally fix those mistakes, then I have this video over here for you where I talk about how getting jacked will build you more confidence. In this video, I give a full explanation from my personal experience of what that kind of confidence and how it came about to be. I'll see you guys in the next video.